Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who to the Curve. And this is a Robert Ruiz rant. And today we're going to be speaking on mind overload, why our brains hoard data like a Netflix queue. The modern brain, a marvel of evolution, a sponge for information, and yet a sieve when it comes to output. It's like a high-tech supercomputer that can download terabytes of data but struggles to print a simple document. Let's dive into the paradox with a healthy dose of sarcasm and humor, shall we? Welcome to the 21st century, where the amount of information entering our brain dwarfs the amount coming out. It's a phenomenon as perplexing as it is frustrating. Imagine a library that keeps acquiring books but never lends any out. That's our brain for you, a hoarder of epic proportions. Let's speak on the input, a fire hose of data. Every day we're bombarded with information from all directions. Social media, news outlets, emails, texts, memes, cat videos, you name it. We're consuming it. Our brains are like sponges, soaking up every bit of data that comes our way. But here's the kicker. Just because we're absorbing all this information doesn't mean we're processing it effectively. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Most of it just ends up splashing around uselessly. Let's speak on the output, a trickle of coherence. Now, let's talk about the output. You'd think with all the information coming in, we'll be spewing out wisdom and insights left and right. But no, what comes out is often a trickle of half-formed thoughts, random trivia, and the occasional coherent sentence. It's like our brains are playing a cruel joke on us. Oh, you want to remember that important fact? Sorry, all I have for you is the theme song from the 90s sitcom. Let's speak on why, a comedy of errors. So why does this happen? Why are brains so good at taking information but so bad at giving it back? Let's explore a few reasons, shall we? Number one, information overload. Our brains are simply overwhelmed. It's like trying to organize a warehouse that's constantly receiving new shipments. There's no time to sort through everything, so it just piles up. Number two, selective memory. Our brains have a funny way of deciding what's important. Need to remember your anniversary? Too bad. Your brain decided that knowing all the lyrics to the Bohemian Rhapsody was more crucial. Number three, distractions galore. In the age of smartphones and constant notifications, our attention spans are shorter than ever. It's hard to produce coherent output when you're constantly being interrupted by the latest TikTok trend. Number four, cognitive biases. Our brains are wired to remember certain types of information better than others. Emotional experiences, for example, tend to stick more than those dry facts. So while you might vividly recall the embarrassing moment from high school, you can't for the life of you remember your coworker's name. Number five, the irony, a brain full of useless knowledge. The irony of it all is that our brains are full of knowledge, just not the kind we need. We can recite movie quotes, recall obscure sports stats, and remember every detail of a celebrity scandal, but ask us to explain a complex concept or solve the problem, and we draw a blank. It's like having a library full of comic books when you need a medical textbook. Let's speak on the solution. Embrace the chaos. So, what's the solution? How do we turn this information overload into something useful? The answer, my friends, is to embrace the chaos. Accept that our brains are imperfect, that they prioritize the weird and wonderful over the practical. And maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to make it work for us. In the end, the disparity between the information entering our brains and the information coming out is a testament to the complexity and absurdity of the human mind. It's a reminder that while we may be living in information age, our brains are still very much a product of their evolutionary past. So the next time you struggle to remember something important, just remember your brain is doing its best. It's just a little overwhelmed. Thank you for listening to Who to the Curve. Don't forget to like us, share us, and subscribe. Thanks.
Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If If you're looking for a good time,